We all know John Travolta for his iconic movies from the 70s, and these are his best moments.
Want to do this? Want to do the dance?
Do the dance. Ready? And here we go. I'll say it. Bob, 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 Bob Marino. Bob, 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 Bob Marino. Rockin'. Woo! You got me reeling. Woo! You got me. Woo! Barbarino, yeah, yeah.
Let me see now. This is a new look. Is this you're doing like a beatnik movie or something? Or
No, I'm not doing a beatnik, but it is a beatnik look.
beatnik look?
Yeah. When I was 11,
Yeah.
or maybe 9 through 11, I was a beatnik for Halloween every year.
Oh, is that right? That was it.
I decided to do my little homage to it.
So this is not for a film or anything. This is just for your own personal
Joy. Yeah.
Now, how about your wife Kelly? What is she? Does she like
likes
the
it.
beard? Does it
Yes.
not? Doesn't it sort of shave that on?
It's called the love patch, you know.
Love Pat.
After filming Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage, this is what he had to say about his acting.
You're all right? Yeah. Oh, no, it's great. There will always be a special place in my heart for the movie musical and for the songs that create their most memorable moments. Here to perform the Oscar-nominated, gorgeously empowering song, Let It Go, from the Oscar-winning animated movie Frozen, please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
And this is his response after making that mistake.
You had this, you mispronounced her name. What happened there?
Okay, the truth.
Yeah.
Not the Chinook helicopter thing. Okay.
Yes.
The truth is, I was expected backstage, and it was getting very close to the time I was supposed to go on, and suddenly a page, an assistant to you, grabbed me out of the seat and said, "You're on in a minute and 15 seconds or something." He said, "Really?" I said, "What happened to 15 minutes?" And they said, "You're on." I said, "Yoli, we'll talk. You're going to one of the parties?" I said, "Okay, we'll see you then." They said, "Oh, by the way, we've changed Adina's name to phonetic spelling." I went, but what do you mean? Go! So I go out there, and I get to her thing, and I thought, And in my mind, I'm going, what is that name?
But what was it like for you when that movie suddenly became, families were approaching you and doing the dance, and it became this iconic thing that like everybody knew?
But much like Grease, the parts that were, questionable were ignored. People forget that, Rizzo broke a prophylactic and they're in the back of the seat. Right. No one's registering all that, or that she might be pregnant or whatever. I mean, for the 50s. So Saturday Night Fever is not dissimilar. All the harsh curse words that were used that are never used in any movie. I don't think, if I could be wrong, but I don't think there's ever been a more cursing in one movie than in Saturday Night Fever. And words that we're not allowed to use today on film. So I think that it was cleverly ignored because the joy of dance upstaged any darkness that anyone was looking at. I honestly thought we were making a little slice of life movie, a little art movie. I never anticipated it being a giant hit. I was just hoping it would be like The Fanatic. Right. I thought it would be a little movie, I never imagined it being a commercial.
Tarantino had to say after picking John Travolta for Pulp Fiction.
Why Travolta?
Well, I've always thought that John Travolta is one of the greatest movie stars Hollywood's ever produced.
Movie stars?
Yes. I mean, he's a wonderful actor, too, but I mean, he was a great star when he came out. And, people tend to, in fact, it's actually very scary how people tend to forget, because John Travolta was so huge when he came out. And it was like, and he actually shared something that only Brando had before him, and only Julia Roberts has had since him, is that any part it was even remotely halfway conceivable that he could play was immediately sent to him.
Right.
And he did wonderful work in that time. In Saturday Night Fever, even wonderful comedy work on that TV show that made him a star, Welcome Back, Kotter. Right. Urban Cowboy, in particularly for my money, in Blowout, the Brian De Palma film, which is one of my 3 favorite films of all time. His performance in that is great.
And this is what John Travolta had to say after getting Pulp Fiction.
Tell me about getting this role. I mean, how did it come to be that Quentin Tarantino wanted you for this?
Well, in a nutshell, what happened was I had heard rumor that Quentin Tarantino, who a couple of years ago Heat was just building in Hollywood, had wanted to meet with me. And for an actor who had cooled off considerably, this was good news. We did meet, and met twice, as a matter of fact. And there was no promise of a job from Quentin, but he just wanted to express how much I had meant to him as a film actor, and that I was part of his initial inspiration to be involved in film. And of course I was very appreciative of that. And then he went on to criticize some of my choices as well. But all in all, I think that he was trying to remind me of what I had meant to film and what I could still mean to film if the right things were to be done.
Did you feel that? I mean, when he told you that, how much you meant to him, how much he thought you meant to film, what you could be, did it resonate with you? Had you?
Well, I think when he reminded me of Pauline Kael's affection for me and Francois Truffaut's affection for me, among others, it probably reminded me in a way that moved me as much as a kind of startling memory. It was a mixture. I felt a few things at once when he brought these things up. But bottom line, I guess it kind of rekindled the concept that I was considered a very good actor.
And this is what Sylvester Stallone had to say after picking him for Staying Alive.
I understood what he was going through, and I knew that to really get a performance out of John, he had to feel as though I was totally in his corner and that I respected him as a man and as a talent. And I let him know up front that when he's on the set, I want him to feel it's his movie. Don't feel as though because I'm directing it, I want to try to take control.
Well, I guess he just had the faith in me that I could do it. And I guess I was brought up that way. If you gave me love and faith and trust, I would come through for you. I don't work well off of doubt. In other words, if you doubt me, I may go into doubt too, but if you really believe in me, I'll come through.
And then Travolta decided to show his gym progression.
This is the bravest thing I will ever do on film. I will show you the before and after pictures, which I swore I was never going to do and kept these in private. Okay, now, this is that before first. Before first. Okay. Oh God, they're gonna hate me out there. Okay, this is the before.
This is the before. All right, let's just compare the front. This is, I would say, front view. This is week 1. This is September 1st.
Right.
Okay, let's see 16 weeks later. Oh my God, very big difference.
So what I'm saying is, if I can do it, anyone.
And Travolta's storytelling is perfect.
Saturday Night Fever was shot on location in Brooklyn. Did that bother you? I understand that you had a stand-in who was used to distract crowds. I read somewhere that the first day of shooting, there were some 4,000 people surrounding you.
Well, one time, the car that was to take me back to Manhattan was right in front of the location where we were shooting, and the crowds were blocking between the storefront and the car. So they dressed him up as a decoy in a way, I guess. To
Did he wear the same haircut and his belt was fairly much the same? And
pretty much. So when he got in the same get-up as I did and ran out, they all went after him. And then we looked closer, and it wasn't me. So by that time, I was out the back door and on my way.
But nothing happened to him. I mean, he wasn't.
Oh no, he was fine because they.
I thought maybe the crowds got upset when they found out.
No, actually, mostly it was for. It was so the car could. See, normally maybe they'd follow the car or pound, like get on the car or something. So the main thing wasn't in fear of my getting hurt as much as it was the trouble of being followed and that kind of thing.
And this is what the Bee Gees had to say after playing Staying Alive.
First of all, I don't see any way on earth that anybody can plan to follow up a phenomena. It'll hopefully, obviously, everybody hopes we have success with it. I mean, that's the one desire, and nobody's hoping for a phenomena. Everyone's praying for one in little rooms at the back, but nobody's sitting there saying we're on our way to another
I think
phenomena,
everyone will settle for a big hit film.
Will you feel as good if the movie isn't a huge success?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I've gained from it. I mean, I can do movies. You know, I'm booked already for 3 more. You know, I mean, that's the survivor in me says, okay, well, you're fine. You have a future. And I don't feel like a movie tonight. I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, how come? What have you been doing?
Oh man, I've been working out like mad. What do you think of this new body?
But what were you and Nicolas Cage thinking while you were making that movie with John Woo? It seems like Woo was just like, go off, guys. Have a good time. Let's just make this and have a good time together.
Well, he utterly trusted us. There's no doubt about that. But I often wondered, was it working? And it was really
100%. Yes,
yeah.
It was.
It was Joan Allen and Nick that assured me that it was, because I knew it was a very bold thing to try to pull off. You know, us being each other, and we don't look exactly alike, and we don't behave at all like each other. But I had an easier time of it than Nick did, because Nick has a very specific style of attributes. You know, he has a talk like this, and he has a specific walk, and you know, and I could.
Pretty good Nick Cage, John. That was good.
We should have shotguns.
Tarantino said that he knew if he could just get you on screen and had a good script, it would work. Did you have a feeling of what the stakes were in this film for you?
Yes. It wouldn't have taken a rocket scientist to figure that out.
Yeah, that's
right. But just the idea that it was the hottest script in town, that the kind of actors that were seeking it made me realize that I had to do something really different. And interestingly enough, a more calm feeling came over me, because I knew a frantic attitude would not handle solving this character. Yeah. But I thought, I want to exchange an abundance with this director, because if he was willing to do this for me, which I had never heard of happening before. You read about it in novels, of course, but you never...
Going to bat and going to the distributor and saying, without Travolta, you don't have me.
Right.
You know.
It's pretty amazing, to say the least, and I felt I had to give him back everything he gave me.
And then through a series of events, things switch around. We are asked to switch faces. So surgically, my face is removed, put on hold, and Nick Cage's face is then put onto my vacant face. Then I am now the bad guy. Nick wakes up as the bad guy with no face. He now has to put on whatever face is available, which is mine sitting in a ball. He puts on that face. Thus we have the roles reversed. Nick is a true actor. He's maybe one of the truest actors I know, and that he can pretty much do anything he wants.
From the dance floors of Brooklyn to the skies above Los Angeles, John Travolta has spent half a century navigating one of the most explosive, unpredictable trajectories in Hollywood history. Rising from a working-class New Jersey family, he captured the cultural zeitgeist in the late 70s with an unprecedented back-to-back run of generational lightning, first as the swaggering heartthrob Vinnie Barbarino on television, followed by his iconic white-suited immortalization as Tony Manero in Saturday Night Fever, and immediately sealing his pop culture immortality as Danny Zuko in Grease. By age 24, he was a global phenomenon, commanding the screen with an electric, effortless charisma that defined an era. Yet, the entertainment industry is notoriously unforgiving, and the following decade brought a brutal cold streak written off by critics and relegated to box office misfires. Travolta's career seemed entirely flatlined, but true star power refuses to stay down. In 1994, director Quentin Tarantino handed him a loaded second chance as Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction. Reborn, sleek and dangerous, Travolta smashed open a legendary career resurgence, earning an Academy Award nomination and proving that his range extended far beyond dance moves and musical numbers. Behind his cinematic triumphs lies an intense, lifelong passion that fuels his spirit just as much as acting: aviation. A licensed pilot holding multiple jet ratings, Travolta famously built his Florida home around a private runway, parking his own commercial airliners right outside his back door. Through decades of highs, lows, unimaginable personal tragedies, and soaring professional comebacks, he built an estimated net worth exceeding $250 million, remaining a powerhouse performer in everything from action blockbusters like Face Off to acclaimed television drama. Today, John Travolta stands as a testament to ultimate resilience. He didn't just survive the fickle winds of Hollywood. He learned how to pilot through the turbulence, landing on his own terms every single time. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.